Riveting, ladies and gentlemen. Chelsea are qualified into the round of 16 in the Champions League. And I tell you what, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, Potterball has arrived. A near perfect performance in terms of where we are at the moment. Some scintillating, exciting, attacking football. Could you imagine I was going to say this in today's post-match presser, mate? This team, Salzburg, they don't lose in their league. Granted, it's not the strongest league, but they're unbeaten in 40 matches at home. 4-0. And they play good football. They drew with us at Stamford Bridge. We go over to their gaff, this hallowed ground where they don't lose. We beat them 2-1. All the goals were incredible. Salzburg deserve a great amount of credit as well. But my word, Chelsea should have scored more goals. Welcome to your post-match presser, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to talk about this game, the tactics, the lineups, the application, the fight from the Chelsea Football Club, who have now qualified into the next round, baby girl. Ooh, yeah, listen, man. Get the mics up because Potterball has arrived. We knew we wanted to play attacking football and go at opposition, but we haven't seen it. Yes, finishing can still be a problem, and we might require world-class long shots to score, but the attacking, exciting play is there. That's the headline. Get the mics down. Ladies and gentlemen, please do drop a like on the video if you're feeling good. Takes a second. You're welcome to subscribe. Should you choose to do so, hit the sweet bell, man. Why? Right, rather. Dude, this game, we all saw the lineup, and we were like, what the ruddy heck is going on? What formation are we playing? And it didn't take long for us to think we're playing offensive wingbacks. We're going up against Salzburg. They played a 4-2-3-1, and they had Thanos, young Thanos, in goal, but he's going by the name of Cone, and my word, this kid just didn't want to concede. I mean, fair play to the lad. We went with a 3-4-2... Wait, hold on. We went with a 3-5-2 kind of. It was kind of, I think it was like a box midfield sometimes. Basically, this is how it went down. We had a Kepa Arrizabalaga in goal, and yes, ladies and gentlemen, you can bet your bottom ruddy dollar we're going to talk about who played well in this game. Kepa in goal, with a back three of Silva, Chalobah, and Cucurella coming back into left centre-back. After the last 2 times he's played there, he's given us all heart attacks. We saw the midfield of Mateo, Kovacic, and Jorginho. We had Conor Gallagher and Havertz playing as sort of like number 10s, kind of completing a box midfield. We had Aubameyang up front. And yes, the wingbacks, left wing-back and right wing-back, they swapped on a few occasions. It was Christian Pulisic and Raheem Sterling. Not what you wanted to see pre-match. You were like, oh god, he's doing this again, and Tuchel of course tried to do it as well. Those players themselves won't want to be playing those positions, and you don't trust them defensively to get back, especially you're away in this atmosphere in the Red Bull Arena in Salzburg. The atmosphere was like you could taste it through the television. It was like proper raucous, stuff. So suddenly to be relying on those guys, I was a little bit scared. But dude, let's talk about the game, because the first half, it was like, oh, it works. Oh, the tactics have worked perfectly. What do I know about football? Who knows? The gaffer gets it right sometimes. And we were all over them throughout this entire first half, by the way. Like a rash, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful, bellissimo, all the other stuff. Amazingly attractive, offensive play. The goalkeeper made some excellent saves, but they were also accompanied by poor finishes, most notably and most often by Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who stayed on for quite a decent amount of time. Probably not the best forward, but he did get into the positions, he was there, and he did understand how we were playing. So therefore, I understand why he was knocking about. But it took a 23rd minute Mateo Kovacic every 2 year, on average, wonder goal. At the instep of his left boot, he sort of whips the ball into the corner, and it was a lovely goal. He only scores bangers, this Croatian man. It's an absolute sensational finish. And absolutely superb. Like I say, by the end of the first half, we've got so much. We had so many shots. We've had so many chances, clear-cut chances. I'm yet to see our XG, but I reckon for that first half, it was probably profound in terms of the comparison of us only scoring 1. And that, like I said, both our goals, we'll talk about the Kai Havertz goal, shortly were, sort of long-range bangers for all our short patterns of offensive, delicious play, which was really impressive and quite novel to us Chelsea fans of late, mate. Yeah, it was a 2 long-range bangers, which shows you, where we're at. Early doors in the second half, we do come out swinging, but they catch us sweet on a counter-attack with Woba assisting Adamu on a counter-attacking goal. And I feel like this is the only slight mistake Thiago Silva made, maybe his positioning here, because he was godlike for the rest of this game. And they were clinical, bro. This transitional goal was clinical. You could see Cucurella couldn't get to the far man, and Woba assists it perfectly. He guides it in past Kepa. Kepa can't do anything about this. Kepa's still in scintillating form. Spoiler, mate, before we talk about our player performances. And yeah, it's 1-1, and you just think, freaking hell. For all that, amazing buzz, this high-octane buzz you had from the first half of, wow, this is it. I get it now. I can see it. And granted, this won't work against all, teams. Certainly, maybe a lot of Premier League teams. But Potter analysed a very good winning Salzburg team that's already taken points of us, our gaff, and it's got it right completely, tactically. And we were going at them big time, and they score this goal, and then the gaffer, he's a young manager, 33-year-old or something, brings on Seshko on the hour mark, and I'm thinking, oh god, because he's this sort of superstar that's going to Leipzig, the tall, gangly, rapid guy that they're just making Erling Haaland comparisons already. So frightening. He's coming on, and he actually causes a load of trouble in terms of his hold-up play in the area. Good positioning and awareness of players around him. Of course, we were linked to him. Many Premier League clubs were linked to Seshko. We made inquiries about him. But in the 64th minute, wing-back Pulisic, and he should not be overlooked, his role in this, because he retains the ball outside of the box, does some wicked dribbling, and it falls to Kai Havertz, who of course finishes. But it's some excellent work from Christian Pulisic to get that ball there. And I don't think he was always planning an assist, but the point is his good footballing play led to that goal, and he deserves a great deal of credit for that. Kai Havertz, though, woo! Absolutely. What's the opposite of postage stamp? Well, just top left corner, mate. Hit up through the bar, down in from the bar. And you know what? That kid, Cohen in goal, he was magnificent. He saved so many shots. We had 15 shots in that game. I reckon a lot of them were stopped by him. He was absolutely on flames. But no goalkeeper in the world is stopping this goal from world-class Kai Havertz sometimes. But I've always said it, man. If you watch the channel, you'll know my position on Kai. He's got it. He's got it, He does it for Germany. He scored a worldie for Germany in the last international break. Similar. He's got it in his locker. He's got the confidence to try it. And my word, he's got the technique to pull it off sometimes. We make a series of changes, bringing Loftus-Cheek on for Kovacic. Kind of like for like. I think we're still managing Kovacic's fitness. We go to a back four in the 75th minute. Bring on Azpilicueta for Pulisic. And Breuer replaces Aubameyang. And Breuer does some good hold-up play towards the end, but perhaps doesn't get much of a chance that he wanted to perhaps score. They make a series of changes, and towards the latter stages of the game, they are all over us like a rash, the proverbial rash. And I'm worrying, but we defend well because our defenders were excellent. There was one, I think it was in the second half, moment where Thiago Silva knows that a head is going to be won in front of Kepa Arrizabalaga, and he runs. He just has a sort of forward time, a time travel moment, and just goes, I need to be standing on the line. Moves, reads it, chests it, and clears it behind for a corner because that's the safest thing to do. So on that, let's talk about player performances, because Kepa Arrizabalaga faced 16 shots in this game, conceded a goal, which wasn't his fault in terms of, what he could have done about it. Pretty darn excellent, man. Made some saves. Got a yellow for beefing someone, for tackling Chalobah, which you love to see. I love Kepa Arrizabalaga. He's a former goalkeeper in world football. What else can you say? Cucurella at the left centre-back. Obviously went to left-back as well when we played a back four. A lot better, because the last two times we saw him at left centre-back, he was poor. He was poor playing that role. Today, he was very good. Now, he was very good, but he wasn't as good as the other two guys. Thiago Silva, who got bodied. He has a wrestling move where he's flipped upside down and landed on his head. Dude is 38. I'm 33 and couldn't imagine that happening to me. let alone playing a high, octane game of football. Dude had that happen to him. He's so good, man. I'm not going to spend too much time on him. I know, absolutely magnificent. And quietly going about his business, like I always say, of being undefeated when starting a game. Trevor Chalobah, just incredible, winning loads of aerial duels. He made one mistake when he sliced it out for a corner. Other than that, he was incredible. And then obviously Raheem Sterling as a wingback had some good moments in layoffs, getting forward and passing the ball to the right place. We're very pleased about. Though for me, he probably wasn't, the most exciting. In terms of more standout for good and bad reasons, Pulisic had a couple of moments where he missed the ball and maybe let his man get away. But at the same time, he was trying things. That dribble was great. That assist was great. I'm very happy. Jorginho was good as well. There are moments where he's getting transitioned on and you're just like, well, he might as well not be there. And that's kind of not his fault. He's just not that guy. And he's not supposed to be that guy. So fine. For what he does, I think he was very good. Kovacic scored a worldie and he was magnificent. He was not even without the goal. He was by far man of the match of the first half, you'd say. Maybe even shouts for the game. I'd be really interested to hear your guys' take on that because he was magnificent in this game, Mateo Kovacic. And you can understand why, Graham Potter's trying to manage him. Gallagher, similarly magnificent. He got subbed. I think probably was always going to get subbed for Mount, but he got a yellow card, which might have made the decision for Potter. But yeah, he was how this kid. I mean, I asked the same Conor Gallagher questions that I asked him about N'Golo Kante a few years ago. I think Conor Gallagher might have an extra lung like Kante does. The way he harries and combines and turns, and his touch can be not always great, but sometimes it's magnificent. And then, of course, you've got, forwards. You've got Kai Havertz, who was frustrated at times, but then scores an absolute worldie and, always gets into a bit of a fight, which, shows that he cares. And it's just superb, really, man. Aubameyang, I was disappointed with in his finishing, but don't think he had a bad game. I just think he'll be disappointed with a couple of occasions where, he could have lifted it over the keeper or, there was an occasion where it was a really good save from one of his shots from the goalkeeper. But all in all, man, like a friggin' really, really entertaining, high-octane game with some rotation, but should leave you all, feeling pretty darn good about the future. I mean, I don't know how we're going to transcribe this to Premier League football really, really well. We're not going to be playing this kind of offensive, wing backs in the Premier League because, the RB model of Red Bull football is very different and it's kind of the same, between Leipzig and Salzburg and stuff. So, you can expect a bit more pragmatism or a bit more awareness in the Premier League, but they afford you to do this and go at them, go at their necks. And it makes for a great, exciting game. They deserve respect, Salzburg, in this game. And many people will tell you that this was a great watch as a neutral, I'm sure. So let me know what you think, man. I'm absolutely buzzing on this. Comment down below. Thank you for liking the video. Tell me how you think about the game, and you're welcome to subscribe. But I'm feeling good, so I look forward to seeing you very soon on the next video, man. Take it easy. Peace.